Hello Moka Pot lovers, this video is for you. If you brew using the Moka Pot, then stay tuned until the end of this video clip. For today, I am going to find out if I can use a puck screen, which is used for espresso machines and portafilters, instead of using the paper filter. In a previous video clip, I have shown you that using paper filter helps in creating more crema in your Moka Pot brew, as well as making sure that the taste of your coffee is smoother and more concentrated. So what are the advantages of using a puck screen? Well, these are reusable paper filters, disposable, and so you only have to buy it once. Now, puck screens also comes in different sizes. They come in 58 millimeter, 53 millimeters, and 51 millimeters. Before we continue, click that subscribe button. Okay, today I'm going to brew using two Moka Pot sizes. One is my 2-cup Bricka, which is equivalent to a 3-cup regular Moka Pot, and also a 4-cup Bricka, which is also equivalent to a 6-cup regular Moka Express or regular Moka Pot. I'm going to test whether we can use the same puck screen, which is 58 millimeter, for these two Moka Pot sizes. If we use the 2-cup Bricka, the size of the 58 millimeter puck screen is just about right. Now, I'm not sure if it's going to work, but we're going to test it. Let's look at the 4-cup Bricka. The 58 millimeter puck screen goes down to the bottom of the basket, but that is probably fine. First, we are going to brew using my 2-cup Bricka. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to assemble my Moka Pot. I usually store my Moka Pot this way. I put everything in the pot, not where they should be, okay, just so that I make sure that they are well maintained. Okay, so I'm going to first put my boiler there, add my water. This is to make sure that my water is warm by the time I start brewing. Okay, so I'm using room temperature water here, and then I am going to assemble my Moka Pot here, my pot, so filter plate there, and then the rubber gasket. Now, I have also shown you in another video clip that I usually wet my rubber gasket to make sure there is no leakage in my pot. Okay, so make sure it's wet, put the gasket there. So whilst I was doing all that, my water here is starting to get warm. Okay, so now I'm going to grind my coffee. Freshly ground coffee here. So now I'm going to put my puck screen on top here. I'm a little bit worried about this because it looks like it fits perfectly. The diameter of my puck screen is exactly the same diameter as my filter basket, but let's find out if it works. Okay, so now I'm going to put this here and then lock my pot on. Well, it seems that it is possible to lock it on. Now I'm just going to use a cloth here because it would be hot by now. After 3 minutes, water is seeping out of the boiler onto the sides and not being pushed up into the pot. This is actually my second attempt at this. The first time I got the same results, and even after 5 minutes, none of the coffee was pushed up. I therefore concluded that the puck screen is preventing the coffee to brew into the pot. In my second attempt, I even tried with a coarser grind, but the result was the same. Using a 58 millimeter puck screen for a 2-cup Bricka is not going to work. It is much too perfectly fitted, so it should be a little bit smaller. So I would suggest that you use a 53 millimeter puck screen if you're going to use a 2-cup Bricka. Now, just to make sure there is nothing wrong with my brewing method, I took out the puck screen and let the coffee brew as usual. All went well, except there was not much crema generated from the brew. Probably because the ground coffee was already soaked in the water that were not being pushed up because of the screen. Nevertheless, the coffee brewed as usual, so nothing was wrong other than the screen preventing the flow of the coffee into the pot. Okay, so there you go. Using a 58 millimeter puck screen for a 2-cup or 3-cup Moka Pot does not work, so do not try it. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to now brew using my 4-cup Bricka, and we're going to find out whether the puck screen, 58 millimeter puck screen, works with this one. Now, I am going to use my new method of brewing Moka Pot coffee. I now used room temperature water into the boiler, let it warm up whilst I grind my coffee, place the filter basket into the boiler, place the puck screen on top, place the pot onto the boiler, screw it on lightly, then lift it up to lock it on. And then let's wait for the coffee to brew. So far, so good. The flow is regulated, a lot of crema generated. And now to pour into our espresso cups. I can say I am happy with these results. Well, there you go. With a 6-cup or 4-cup mocha pot, the 58mm puck screen works equally well, probably even better than using a paper filter. So the advantages are that you can reuse your puck screen. The only downside is that it is quite hard to clean. You do not want any of those ground coffee left in those tiny holes in the puck screen. So I normally use a brush. There are many ways to clean it. I've seen a lot of different ways on YouTube how people clean their puck screen. But for me, it's as simple as brushing everything out, okay? Well, I suppose this is a really, really strong coffee. I would put a little bit of water here to make this into an Americano, or maybe a little bit of milk, a macchiato, to make sure that I can take this. But for a lot of people, they do take their mocha pot coffee straight up, and this is perfectly fine. Mocha pot lovers, you might wish to try this at home. Make sure you get the right size puck screen for your mocha pot size. If you have any questions about any of these, any feedback at all about these experiment that I did today, do let me know in the comment below. I'll see you again for more of these video clips. In the meantime, stay safe, take care. Thank you for watching. Ciao for now.